Hey y'all, it's been a while since I've been on here. It's like I really I think we're at the I think a month and a half or maybe 2 months. But there's a lot that's been going on, and then me trying to figure out this business and me trying to network and me trying to find the best products and me trying to figure out SEO and the whole Facebook ad thing and trying to figure out the speed of my, how to speed up my website and all of that, you know, bumping into people on Fiverr that have 1 to 3, reviews, but will ask you a total of $450 to do stuff that I'm like, okay, I get you. I get that you have the knowledge. Get it. I'm not too lazy to learn it. Because, I've put myself through law school, so I know how to read and I know how to understand stuff. But sometimes it's just like, if I can outsource it, why not do it? But I'm learning that I will have to get all of this knowledge one way or the other. So, most of my money stays in my pocket because it's outrageous. But I did find someone to help me to speed up my website and fix some links and stuff like that. And he was recommended by Coco Ari, Gabrielle Noel. That's her channel. I will link her channel in the description box. And she's this gorgeous melanin sister that has a jewelry business. And I love her channel because she's so down to earth. It's almost like she's having a personal conversation with you during her videos. I think the guy that helped me on Fiverr, found it on Fiverr, is her personal go-to person. So I was happy with that. Other than that, it's trying to figure out, your clientele, your customers, and trying to find your customers. I think that's the hardest part. I think mostly because I'm not from the US. I haven't been here for a long time. I haven't built friendships. I don't come from my in-laws are not people that is not a big group of people, and yeah, that. But other than that, I'm trying to figure it out how it works. I love, 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 love fashion. I do. I have all of these things in my head when it comes to a lookbook and a looks and stuff like that. And trying to get it out of my head is like a big thing that I really need to work on. And I really need to find a mentor for that because there's a lot happening in my head. It's crazy when it's real when you dream of sketching dresses and stuff like that, and you've never done that. It's like, but I thank God for keeping me sane. I thank God for keeping me inspired and staying humble to everything that's happening and try to figure this out and give myself permission to learn and be patient, because that's, something that I really need to work on. Because when I was doing my compliance and law thingy, you read contracts and you do the whole bidding and stuff like that. You win the contract and then you implement the contract and you make sure the client stays happy. I know all of that. I know how to read a contract. I know how to write a contract. I know how to, get a company out of legal issues and stuff like that. I know all of that. But this whole retail business is new for me. But it's something that has always been with me because I come from a household where my grandmother used to, sew my school uniform every year. I come from, my aunt is a seamstress. She didn't go to school for it. My great grandmother used to be a seamstress. And I think in the family, we believe that she inherited, or, she's being guided by my great grandmother's spirit to just sew stuff. So I would help her in the house. I lived with her for a while when I was younger. So I would help her finish all of her garments and stuff like that. But it's something that it's tucked away in my brain, and I really need to figure it out, y'all. I really need to figure it out because it's in there and it's yelling at me, it's screaming at me. And I hope there are other people out there that, that can recognize themselves in me and, just stay encouraged, because it's hard enough. It is hard enough, and try not to compare yourself to other people. Keep rooting for yourself and keep busy and keep doing all of these courses and, read as much as you can and reach out to people as much as you can. But like I said, be patient with yourself, because it's a lot. It's an absolute lot. I know what my style is. I know I love, being that I grew up in the Netherlands, I'm used to a European way of dressing. However you want to put it, it's different than most of what's happening here in the US when it comes to fashion. I love that. That's always been my thing. My favorite store was Monkey, Monki. Unfortunately, they don't deliver in the US, so so I cannot wear any more of their stuff. But that's my I know that's my style, and that's a style I want to put out there. But I just need to find out. I need to test more suppliers and vendors and stuff like that. But I'm patient with myself. I am absolutely patient. It's fall, it's new season. It's learning new things and, staying excited for this business, because that's a big part of it. You have to stay excited. Even though, I've been going through some health stuff that needed to be figured out. I'm halfway there, and I'm getting my body back to 100%. And I know when I get there, there's no stopping me. Like, I absolutely know it. When I find whatever it is that I'm looking for, and I pray to God in Jesus' holy name that he leads me to wherever I have to be in this business, because I love people. I love making people happy when it comes to fashion, or when they order something, to have it delivered on time and to have it processed on time, because that's the type of person I am. If I go to a business, like for example today, went to Starbucks to get my caramel cloud macchiato with an extra shot. I need an extra shot. It's really important. So I get there and I'm standing and I'm waiting for my drink. And this girl just puts the drink on the countertop and doesn't say anything. And I was looking out of the window and I'm like, and I see her on the other side of the counter and I'm like, why is this girl there? And I look at where you need to pick up your drink, and my drink is just sitting there. And I love us for real, melanated people. I really love us. I really do. But sometimes it is not hard. Where I come from, right? It's not hard to say, ma'am, your drink is ready, or sir, your drink is ready. It's not going to take anything from you. It's not. It's only going to give you space to commit to your customers, because at the end of the day, if your customers, and I go to Starbucks every day, if your customers are not committed to you, sis, bruh, you're not making money. You don't have to buy their souls or buy their friendliness or whatever, whatnot. But there is something in doing business when it comes to committing people to you. That's what I've learned from corporate. You know, that's how we used to win contracts, because companies knew what we were about, what we came to the table with. Our prices were fair enough. So, you know, even though we had to go through some stuff and put in a bid that was solid, but we got our contracts and we kept people working and we kept the company's business going. So, you know, be communicative with your customers. Build a relationship with them as much as you can, and absolutely encourage them. When you're on social media, encourage the people, even if you don't know them personally, because I'm that type of person. I don't need to know you personally to encourage you, because at the end of the day, it's all about being human beings and all about being, you know, there for one another one way or the other, whether it's just a nice hello, how are you doing? And I am sincere when I ask you, how are you doing today? It's not the way, you know, it's not like, let me just say it and just, I'm genuinely interested in how someone is doing. And most of the time people are like, huh? I'm like, yes, and they say, how are you? I'm like, I'm good, thank you. Because that's how I was raised. That's normal to me. That's what we do. And, you know, I don't shy away from talking to people. I don't. Even though I was a shy child growing up, some people really thought that I'd never be able to speak. And they were really, what's the word I'm looking for? Surprised when I chose to go to law school. And I'm like, yo, I don't know why, you know, that shouldn't have even crossed your mind, because I was just figuring out people, and I know people really well from observing them growing up. You know, I'm not the loud kind of type. I love people like that, because, you know, they give you life. People that are just always just, you know, laughing and having a crazy story to tell. They give you life. But I'm the silent one in the room. You know, absolutely. I talk, but then again, most of the time I'm just observing, because that's what I do best. But yeah. So this is my second video. Please bear with me. Please, you guys, bear with me. I'm getting the hang of it. And I will in due time. I give myself patience. But until then, be courageous, stay beautiful, stay humble, and get the money. All the coins, they're out there. There's enough money for all of us. Thank you for staying with me for these couple of minutes. And I will see you guys in my next video. Toodle-a-dokey.